it's the same numbers. So if you reside and or have a business in the North Taxing District, these are the numbers for the past 3 years. And again, the biggest crime that's pretty much nationwide, worldwide actually, is theft, is larceny. Those numbers are always going to be high. And you know, those are the ones that kind of bug us the most. And as far as our everyday situations go, breaking into your cars, things like that, stealing patio furniture. Those are nuisance crimes, but after it happens 3 or 4 times, if it does, hopefully not, it gets to become pretty much of a nuisance. But again, we concentrate very, very much so on trying to curb and put something different on the robberies that are occurring. So as you see, as I was saying, in 08, actually 07 and 08, there were a lot of robberies that were going on in the North Taxing District.
Stealing your license plates or your tags, is that?
Yes, that goes under larceny. Sure does.
Okay.
Sure does. And those are the ones that are reported. I mean, as you can imagine, there are several folks who do not report when things like that occur. Any questions on those numbers?
Well, just the delineation of West End North?
Yeah, sure. You take, as far as to the east goes, Kings Highway, the west. Kings Highway, south goes to Lindell. Am I right? Yes. South goes to Lindell. And then down to Taylor and over to Delmar. Actually, it's Olive. And then there's a smaller part there on Delmar. That encompasses the North Taxing District. So basically, you can really take Lindell and Taylor and then push that whole corner up to Kings Highway or Delmar for the most part. That's what consists of the North Taxing District. Numbers for the South, which again, as you're looking at the numbers, that encompasses, you're basically going to take BJC and WashU and all of that. You're going to take that down to, let's make sure we had some boundary changes. The South is going to go, again, from Lindell over to Forest Park, part of the BJC, and that even though it's private, that part is still in WashU. All of that is in the South Taxing District. And then you take that as well down to Taylor. So that encompasses, all of that area encompasses the South Taxing District. We had more robberies. For those of you who have been here, the second one of these, I stated that one of the things that needed to occur was taking crime from the inside and pushing it out. We wanted to start where the majority of the crimes were happening and really hit it hard with our supplemental patrols in conjunction with the police. Well, the South, they're not very happy at the 2010 numbers. But guess why? Because exactly what we thought is happening. That crime is beginning to spread out and push out of the area. There are, and I do not have the exact numbers, just more so because of a time frame thing. Hopefully we can get this posted by the end of the first quarter of this year, of crimes outside the taxing districts. How much that has increased, because the majority of our supplemental patrols, they obviously concentrate on those taxing districts. So that'll be interesting to see exactly what that number is. So that's pretty relevant as well. Larcenies did go down in the South. Robberies went down after that first year, but as I stated, we were hitting so much that we got hit with most of our robberies for 2010 were in the South. Burglaries really went down, and of course that's great. No one wants to have your home and your business broken into. Auto thefts, if you guys remember that, I mean, our auto thefts were through the roof also, 2007 and part of 2008, so that's all changing. Any questions here? Okay, and again, same thing in the Southeast Taxing District. In 2009, the Southeast voted and expanded their district. So their district is now larger than what it was until the fall of '09. So '08 through the fall of '09, it was a different area. And it expanded, and that area encompasses from Taylor down to Grand as far as Laclede goes. So you can take Laclede and go all the way up to Grand, back over to Forest Park, and come down. All of that encompasses that, and then, of course, West Pine, all the way up to Lindell. I'm sorry, not West Pine up to Lindell, but West Pine, Lindell, and all of that over. So it stops at Lindell. That encompasses the Southeast Taxing District. So they basically doubled in size from what they were, and quite honestly, we're real happy with the numbers that we thought they would increase because of the fact that there's so much more area. But as you see, those numbers also continuously are going down. And again, that's effort from all of this program and working directly in conjunction with the police department as far as enforcement goes. One of the other things, for those who may not be familiar, that we added are security companies. About a year into this, we added security companies to help with protecting businesses and property. They primarily work overnight. So they may be in golf carts, on foot, and some of them have cars where they are patrolling and looking out. They also provide lots of escorts coming from the late night establishments, bars, and that. If they see folks walking, or two young ladies, a couple of guys, they will follow alongside them. We don't put them in the vehicles or anything like that, and just make sure they get safely to their vehicles. Any questions there? On the opposite side of Kings Highway, two of our taxing districts is Washington Place and Westminster Lake. They are much smaller, so they really are combined. They combine their resources as two special taxing districts. So all of our efforts there are pretty much, even though it's two separate SPDs, they really combine. But I have the Westminster numbers also. And as you see, the difference there, as well as what has occurred. They get a lot of extra attention because they're so small. You're almost enclosed. So once we started the supplemental patrols over there, as far as bicycles and foot patrols, because there's so many crevices and they were using the back alleys, it really started reducing a lot of the activity that's even going on, even if it wasn't criminal, cutting through and just different things like that. Not that they can't, but if they're up to no good, you know, you want to stop those folks and see what's going on. So those are the numbers for Washington Place. Any questions there? And then again, Westminster Lake. The larcenies there were basically cut in half the last 2 years. A little bit better than half, but they were getting hit a lot with patio furniture, or just different nice things you may have. A lot of folks were taking a lot of that, as well as the license plate tabs. Once again, it was so easy for them to maneuver in and out through alleys and through fences. So that was a lot of work.